All right, so you're welcome again. My name is Ambassador Beatrice Dikechibo. I'm a wife, mother, global ambassador, empowered consumerism, Amazon ambassador at T21FG International, lead consultant and senior business strategist at the Strategic Financial and Leadership Development Hub. I'm an associate member of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. I'm active in diplomatic protocol. I'm a millennium mentor and a mindset coach. All right. So I welcome you to this evening session, and I'll be getting started immediately. Whoever sent you this link to listen in here really has placed a high level of value on you. And there's an information that we're going to be giving out that is very, very important. But before I get started, I'll just give you a brief background about myself. I'll rush through this because of the nature, or where the environment in which I grew up. I saw a lot of things happen. You know, first and foremost, my parents didn't have kids, or they lost about 8 kids before they had us. And at the time we got to know about it, at the time my mom gave me the stories about how she would get pregnant and lose a child, get pregnant and lose a child. It was inspiring and thought-provoking for me, because I wondered if there was proper healthcare. Probably she wouldn't have gone through all of that, or so many things were just going on through my mind. And I saw the way in which they tried to, ensure that we got the best. They tried to give us the best education. In the process of doing that, they incurred so many loans and so many things. And it was like I said, it was inspiring for me. And I made a decision. I said, once I get a job, once I'm making my own money, I was going to take care of them and give them everything. That was the plan, But of course, the money somehow is just never enough. Before the month ends, before the month ends, I hope you can still hear me and see me. I got a funny notification. All right, so before the month ends, everything is gone, or by middle of the month, or even the beginning, the first week of the new month, all the monies you've gotten in form of salaries is all gone. So anybody who is a salary earner will understand that. So it's like the take-home pay wasn't really taking me home. It wasn't even enough for me. Talk more of being enough for me to give to my parents. So I decided to take on a second job, a third job. At some point, I was working 3 jobs at the same time. I was doing three jobs at the same time to be able to get paid extra, but still it wasn't enough until I found this awesome program that allows in fact, for me right now, this program has brought me to a place where, for me, everybody I show this business to, the basic goal is a 1 million naira monthly minimum wage. That is the basic goal. And this amazing project has brought me to a place where I not only travel the world, I've given my parents a whole lot. I can experience fine dining. I've traveled a whole lot of places, seen so many, I call them little luxuries of life. I've ticked off some things on my bucket list that would probably have gone to the back of, would have been the last thing on my list, if not for the finances that I was able to get partnering here. I've gotten so many awards and helped so many people achieve the same success. I bought that car for myself as a birthday gift, and a whole lot of other things. And all of this happened just because I said yes to this amazing opportunity that has allowed me has allowed me have such a system where I can help people raise funds and be financially comfortable. All right. So I'm going to start with this. Before we get into the crux of this meeting, I'm going to start with this. And it's the fact that your life right now is made up of the sum total of the series of choices you've made. Everywhere, anywhere you are right now is based on the choice you made 5 years ago. Anywhere you are, you're going to be in the next 5 years. It's based on the choices you're going to make right this moment. It's based on the choices you're going to be making right this moment. All right. So I want you to think about that as we proceed. So some of the benefits you're going to be getting from this session, from this discourse session, is the fact that you're going to have an opportunity to choose. Everything is about choices. I said it, where you are right now is based on the choices, the decisions that you make. So you're going to have an opportunity to choose today to take charge of your life, choose to leave behind mediocrity, choose to begin a journey towards your true identity, choose to begin to live life by design, having a definite purpose. And then choose to rise above your excuses, because excuses abound. Everybody has them. If you continue to bask in excuses, it will continue to plunge you deeper into your comfort zone. And in the comfort zone, nothing grows there. You need to step out of the comfort zone to be able to step into the true, your true purpose. All right. And then, of course, choose a tested and proven solution to the current global financial strain. And at the end of the day, also, you're going to be having a mentor hold you by the hand through the entire process. All right. So before we proceed, there are a few reasons why, since we're talking about money, right? I told you that the goal is a 1 million naira monthly minimum wage. So you need to stay till the end to know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Now, there are a couple of reasons why people must be financially free. And first of all, it's the fact that you can get to be more generous, right? Most people want to give, but you don't have the funds to give. You can get to live better, right? Choose better, have better choices. Instead of going up and down naked kind of pep, you can choose to drive a comfortable car, right? It just gives you a better choices. Both of them are just what's it called? It's just made to take you from point A to point B, right? So why not choose make the better choice? All right. And then you could also have to have an opportunity to get better exposures, not just for yourself, for your children. Your voices can be heard. Trust me, if you are poor, if you don't have money in your pocket, nobody listens to you. Trust me. I mean, if Dangote walks into a room, everybody would listen to what he has to say, because somehow what he has to say is more valid or will make more sense, or would be something you can learn from so you can become like him. Like, that's what everybody will want to do. And then you can also have a better family, right? We can age gracefully instead of aging into aging into poverty, aging into dependence, because at some point it's like you're dependent and then you become independent. And then because you've grown old, you've got to go back into becoming dependent on people taking care of you, right? And then, of course, you can also you can also increase respect from people around you and self-esteem as well, all right? Then, of course, you become an asset and not a liability wherever you are, in your home, in the society. You become an asset and not a liability. Anybody, if people see you, if you feel like people are seeing you like the liability, it's very, very possible that you are actually a liability, because for you to feel that way, then it means that there's a certain level of truth to it, all right? And then you get to enjoy time freedom, especially when that financial stability graduates and becomes financial freedom. So since we're talking about financial freedom, it's only proper for us to take a look at what truly financial freedom is, all right? And it's when your passive income exceeds your expenses. And what are your passive incomes? Your passive income is the income you receive on a regular basis, whether you are working or not. So it's the direct opposite of active income. And you're going to see that later on. So when you take a look at all of these things and you begin to think about the current economic reality, right, you'll be wondering, how is it possible in the in the country, you have a failed education system, healthcare, failed infrastructure, economy, every single thing that is even making people want to leave the country. We understand that. But one thing of note is that these are problems, right? These are problems. Now, why, instead of focusing on the problems, you should be focusing on finding the solution, because solution finders are the ones who become billionaires. When you find the problem, you solve the problem, provide the solution, you become rich. That's basically what it is. So since these are problems, instead of focusing on these problems, why don't we take a look at solutions? So what solutions are we going to be exploring this evening? I'm going to run through this in the next 5 minutes, and then show you exactly how or what I mean when I tell you that the goal is a minimum wage of 1 million naira. All right. Now, one solution is praying for a financial breakthrough or a destiny helper. Some people will pray, oh, my destiny helper locates me, and all of that, right? Now, the sad news is that prayer is not in the success equation. For you to have a plan for you to be successful, you must have a plan, a working plan. You must have a system and a structure put in place to achieve that plan. Now, while prayer has its place, there must be a place for planning and execution, all right? And then before that, you must be properly positioned. If there is going to be a blessing coming your way, you must be properly positioned for that blessing. If you're not positioned for it, you can't be lying down and sleeping and expecting a blessings or money to just come into your pocket, because God does not do something out of nothing. The Bible did not say, I'm going to bless the prayer of your mouth. What the Bible says is, I'm going to bless the works of your hand, right? So God cannot just make money appear in your bank account just like that without having something to bless you through. All right. And then the person you're regarding as a destiny helper probably is also in need of a destiny helper, because everybody at every point in time has one thing or the other that is a problem to them. So if for you, your problem is food or shelter, rent, house rent, right? Or clothing or whatever. For somebody else, it might be something bigger. It might be something like maybe trying to get a private jet that will take their son or daughter to the UK or to Germany or something for a checkup. And that's going to be a big problem for that person. All right. So prayer is definitely not in the success equation. So you should take your eyes away from that. The next is what? Becoming employed, right? That's another option. Now, as an employee, what happens? You're working for your monthly salary, or depending on how you work. If you're working hourly, you're getting wages. You're working monthly, you're getting your fixed salary, right? Now, in this category, your income is not only limited. The only thing that is not just the income that is limited, but your time is also limited. And in this category, wealth and financial freedom is not possible. Why it is not possible is that what you're doing in this category is building, you're contributing to the building of someone else's dream. That's the parts that you're playing, right? And at the end of the day, we're not even focused on that aspect. Let's focus on the end game, assuming that you want to spend a lot of time here, and all of that. And you're thinking that, oh, if I spend a lot of time here, I'm going to grow in the ranks and make more money and all of that. What is the end game? Assuming you get into the highest rank and you need to retire, right? We're retiring to what? Pensions, depending on where you're working. If the place where you're working is pensionable, then it means you're retiring to pensions. But if where you're working is not pensionable, it means what? You're going to be retiring to, in fact, you're not going to have anything to fall back on. You're probably going to start looking for another business to do and all of that, right? So in this category, you would have to work forever from even if you're 120 years old, you have to continue to go to work to be able to feed in this category. But of course, you cannot work for that long. You have to retire at some point, right? Now, when you're looking at retirement, my dad actually retired at quite a very early, when I was quite early, and the pensions that was what we're trying to use to pay school fees and all of that was never enough. It was never enough. Now, take a look at this illustration here on my screen, all right? Somebody in the illustration is for somebody in Nigeria, right, who started work in the civil service in 1983 with a salary of 500 naira, which was equivalent to $700. He retired in 2016 on a salary of 180,000 naira, which was equivalent to what? $500. So what this simply means was that for 33 years, he was slowly and consistently moving backwards. So while we have the issues of the dollar to the naira and all of that, assuming that way back then, in 1983, right, a bag of rice was, say, 2,000 or 5,000 naira. In 2016, a bag of rice had increased to, say, 7,000 to 10,000 naira. Right now, you're looking at 30-something thousand naira for a bag of rice, of which, if the trajectory continues, it means that we're looking at paying higher for rice in the future, right? Now, the next option is what? Becoming self-employed. You own your own traditional business. You have, you probably would definitely have to start up with high amounts, maybe getting a shop, renting a space, getting things, assuming you want to sell products or you want to provide a service, you have to have a space where you provide that service and all of that. So it will cost a lot of money to get started, all right? And then there's always a high risk of failure. 100% of the risk is on you. So it means if you don't succeed in the business, it's 100%, you've taken the risk 100%, right? The income that you make is also capped by the amount of hours that you can put in. So it means that if you need to make $100 or 100,000 naira, for instance, and it takes you 2 hours to make $100 or 100,000 naira, what it means is for you to make $200 or 200,000 naira, what it means is you're going to need to put in double the time. So you're going to put in 4 hours. Since it takes you 2 hours to make that amount, it will take you 4 hours to make twice that amount. And how many hours are we restricted to in a day? 24 hours, right? And even if we have 24 hours in a day, you cannot even work for 24 hours in a day, because within the 24 hours, there will be need for you to sleep, commute, and all of that, all right? And at the end of the day, it's like the business owns you. You're the CEO, you're the cleaner. Sometimes it depends on what you have. You're the business development manager, you are the accountant, you're everything put together. So the business totally and completely owns you. And in this category, unfortunately, wealth and financial freedom is not possible. It's only those who are able to break out from this category and get into the big business owner category that could become wealthy or free. And we'll talk about that shortly. So in the self-employed quadrant, or in the self-employed category and the employment category, wealth and financial freedom is not possible. If you take a look at the Forbes list, for instance, you cannot see anybody there who is a small business owner or who is a salary earner on the Forbes list. So if you're looking at wealth and financial freedom, that is not the place to look. Now, the fourth or the third option, or fourth rather, is becoming a big business owner, making old money. Old money, we talk about, I mean, real estate and all of that, right? Old money, oil and gas and the rest of them. So, but in order to do this, it will entail you to have capabilities, capital, and connection. And unfortunately, you cannot have just one and succeed, one out of this. And so all three of them must be in place for you to break into the big business owner quadrant, right? So you have your small business, for you to even, assuming you have a barber shop, for you to even break into this category, it means you would have had several places all over the country or all over the world set up with your, maybe people buying franchises and remitting to you or stuff like that. So you're having a big business of barbershops spread across the country or spread across everywhere, right? For you to be categorized as a big business owner. Okay, now in this category, you can actually have a system, you can apply leverage, and you can become wealthy and financially free. So it is awesome here, but the problem, these are the issues. You need to have capital, capabilities, and connections, and these are very, very difficult to get. We're going to take, taking Dangote again as an example, right? He has, he for him to do, there's a refinery that he's building, and it's taking him he's combining about 5 banks together to give him the needed capital to be able to put that together. So having enough capital is a problem. Having the capability is another problem. How are you capable to run a conglomerate of businesses? Do you have the connections to be able to make sure that you're up there in the business world, all right? So this category, while it is good, is usually very difficult to break out from the small business owner into this big business owner category. The last option, the second to the last, is becoming an investor, all right? So as an investor, somebody will say, oh, because I put in $100 somewhere, I'm an investor. I put in $200 somewhere, I'm an investor. No, investors dump millions, thousands, millions into projects, and then they can go to sleep peacefully, all right? They can go to sleep peacefully. Even if they lose the money that they put into an investment, they can even add more money to make sure that that investment gets resuscitated. If they lose it, they still bring out more money and invest in something else. That's what investors do. And they don't worry about it. But somebody would say, oh, I'm an investor, and then you put in 500,000 somewhere, 500,000 naira, or $2,000 somewhere, and then you feel like you've invested. If you hear any news about something happening, you begin to palpitate and you're worried and all of that, right? And at the end of the day, while this is good, right, you must be financially ready, or you must have a solid cash flow system in order to thrive as an investor, because investments are fueled with money. So you invest here, you bring out more money, you invest here. So you must have a solid cash flow system to allow you properly become an investor. All right. So what I've done just now is that I've broken down the 4 categories of people we find in the world of money. And this was something that was done by Robert Kiyosaki in his book titled The Business of the 21st Century, where he talks about the cash flow quadrant. So on the left side is where we have the active income, and on the right side is where we have the passive income that we talked about. Income, your 100% of your time, energy, everything is needed. There's no leverage. The money doesn't come. Assuming you're someone who bakes cake, or you're All right, so any day you're unable to cook the food, what happens? It means that you're, you're not able to make the money, right? That's basically what happens. Any day you're not able to do what you do as a self-employed person, you don't make money for that day. So no work, no play, no pay. On the other hand, where we have the passive income, you're a big business owner, you apply leverage, you own a system and a network of people working for you, and things are easier, right? You have a system, you have people working for you, and of course, that's what creates the wealth that comes with it. And as an investor, you have this wealth and you can invest in whatever you want. Like Warren Buffett, that was what he did. He was an investor almost all through his life. Now, the last option is the one that is recommended, because what the option we have now is becoming a big business owner, but making new money. And that's our recommended solution, all right? So this particular one, while it is similar to the previous option of becoming a big business owner, the difference here is that you do not need the capabilities, the huge capital or the connections to be able to make money here, right? What you should do, once you can have that system, apply leverage, and you do not need all the capabilities, the capital and the connections in order to succeed in doing this, all right? And the wealth and the financial freedom is possible here. And this is our recommended solution, all right? So our program offers an opportunity for you to be a big business owner, earning new money in the connected economy. That's what happens. And right now we're in the connected economy. The added benefits include the discounts we get on lifestyle activities, such as discounts in restaurants, hotel bookings, movie tickets, gym and spa book appointments, right? You can get discounts in that. We also have a car program where you choose whatever car you want to buy, raise enough money from our system. I told you that the goal is 1 million naira minimum wage, right? You raise whatever amount of money you want to spend on the car, and you get that car for yourself. We have the home program. We have partners who are already home owners. And of course, the business allows you raise enough money, save, and then buy your home. We also have the vacation program where our partners get to travel on all expense paid vacations. We had so many trips that we've gone on so far. Just a few weeks ago, there was a Kenya vacation where there was a leaders meeting that happened. All right. Now, the business that we do, we're into the this is like the meat of the meeting right now. All right. The business we do, we're in the business of mentorship, coaching, and changing people's lives. We're in the business of training and capacity building. We're in the business of helping people achieve their dreams. Our vision is to have raised financially free people who would help raise other financially free people. So as it is, if you are someone who doesn't like to help other people, this is already the wrong place for you, because we're raising financially free people who can raise other financially free people. The mission is that by 2024, we would have raised an additional 50,000 people who earn at least 1 million naira, multi-billionaires in the connected economy. That's the goal. So that's why I told you that the goal is 1 million naira minimum wage. That's the goal. All right. I'm going to show you exactly how we do that with our cash flow program. We actually have a cash flow program where everything else stems from. All right. Now, basically what happens is that with our cash flow program, there will be a requirement. That requirement is for you to make a one-time lifetime shopping. What this means is that once you make that one-time shopping, it's like going into the mall or going into a shop or the market to buy basic things, basic daily use products that you use. So when you make that one-time lifetime shopping, if you don't want to buy again, fantastic. If you want to buy, if you love the products you want to buy, fantastic. All right. And then this does not involve selling. It does not involve convincing or marketing. What you'd simply be required to do is to buy the products, use the product, and then connect other people who would buy and use the products, friends and family who would buy and use the products. That's basically what we do. And we have a system and a structure that allows us do this conveniently and creates the results. Our partners range from Nature's Way, DSM. When you put together the number of years in which these our partners have been in existence, when you put all the number of years together, you're looking at over 100 years. Because, for instance, Nature's Way has been around for over 20 years, Wilder over 20, 30 years, DSM over 20, 30 years. And of course, with such a record, you know that there's something that we're doing right. Our partners handle every single thing that you can think of. You don't need to. Basically, what you're doing is that you're shifting the weight of the risk, 100% of the risk, from you to our partners, because they handle everything you can think of, from the manufacturing, shipping, operations, technology, warehousing, certifications, everything. So you do not bear any risk. If anything happens to the company is the company that bears the risk. Nothing happens to your money, nothing happens to your investments, nothing, I mean, not an investment, of course, your business, nothing happens to your business. So our partners handle every single thing and they bear the risk, okay? And basically what we do is you get to exchange the value for wealth. So when you exchange your money, right, for this one-time lifetime shopping you'll be making, the health benefiting products, you're exchanging your money for value. And then at the end of the day, we will work with you to exchange that value for wealth. That's exactly what happens. Now, the items that will be given to you, what they'll be exchanging your money for, include some of these amazing products you can see on your screen. Some of them are beverages, some of them are supplements, some of them are personal care items. This particular one was responsible for for saving my dad's life. Of course, God saved my dad's life, but this was what my dad took for 6 months. He had prostate issues. He was scheduled for a surgery. Long story short, we went back to the doctor. The doctor said there was no need for any surgery. This particular one, the C247, was what did the magic. Of course, God used the C247 to do the magic. We have others that are wearable technology. Some of them help to protect us from electromagnetic fields, radiation, and all that, from your laptop, from your phones, and all of that. We also have the ones that take care of the heart. This one in particular, the Colidus, helps to clear the plaque that blocks the flow of blood from the arteries to the heart and causes the heart attack. So it helps to clear that plaque and reduce the risk of heart attack. So this cares for the heart. It contains omega-3 and other fish oils. All right. So this Labanasia project rides on the cash flow program, where we exchange our value and then build wealth through mentorship. That's our secret code. And our program has a capacity to pay our partners to the tune of 280,000 naira every single day. All right. So basically what happens with this amount of money, you can be able to design your business, design your income, and ultimately design your life. I said it earlier on, you just make a one-time lifetime shopping. Once you've done that, you're recognized as a partner, and then you begin to enjoy the benefits of being a partner. Some of the options available for you to get started with are the starter pack that would cost 49,990, right? With 49,990, basically what would happen at the end of the day is you begin to benefit from all the ways in which we earn. We have several ways in which we earn. We have close 6 ways in which we earn, but we're going to be discussing just 2 this moment because of time, right? Because we have a time, we're running out of time. In the next 15 minutes, we should be out of here. All right. So for everybody, for the first one is the one we call the connectors bonus. So everyone that connects to your business with the starter pack, you earn 5,000 naira. All right. So if you connect 10 people, for instance, the company pays you 50,000 naira at the beginning, and this is something you get to enjoy in an unlimited quantity. All right. So for as many people as connect your business with this pack, the company continues to pay you 5,000 naira. So if you have 100, you're looking at 100 times 5,000 naira. If you have 200, you're looking at 200 times 5,000 naira. This is unlimited. All right. The next on the list is the one we call the match sales bonus, or the pairing bonus, where you're paid 7,000 naira for every pair that happens. So I'm going to show you how that happens. When you've made your purchase, to exchange the money, right, for value, you're exchanging your money for value. And of course, we're going to be working with you to exchange that value for wealth. Now, what happens is that at the back end, you're giving a portfolio like this that you can see on your screen. For every portfolio, it's divided into the left and the right. So for the sake of clarity and understanding, just for this meeting, I'm going to refer to this portfolio as a shop, right? So you're giving one shop. Now, what happens is that every single thing that the system sees that happens on the left is paired with what it is on the right. Now, with our system and our structure, I want you to listen to that again. With our system and our structure, which I'm going to be showing you shortly, we will work with you to make your first 2 connections. Once that happens, you've kickstarted your income, you've started your earnings, because when the system sees these 2 connections, A and B, it pairs it together to pay you 7,000 naira. Now, the next thing that happens is very, very important. What will now happen is that you will be responsible for connecting these people to us. Do not begin to think about, oh, how am I going to get them to do the same thing, blah, blah, blah. No, connect them to us, connect them to our system and our structure. I said that again, we have a system and a structure. You connect them to us, we will work with them using the system and the structure to make their own connections, their own Festo connections. So A, B will connect C, D, E, F. You can see that they got paid, but we're going to be focused on just you at the top. What happens to you when the system sees 4 new connections, 2 on the left, 2 on the right? It pairs it together to pay you. So D with E, F with C. The same thing happens at the next level. We will, with our system and our structure, C, D, E, F will be able to make their own connections. They will get paid, but the system sees 8 new connections, 4 on the left, 4 on the right, and it begins to pair them together to pay you 7,000, 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. And if you note what happened, you were paid 4 times at that level, right? So at the first level, you're paid once, second level twice. At the next level, you're paid 4 times. At the next level, it will double. You'll be paid 8 times. The next level, 16 times. The next level, 32. And it goes on and on and on like that until infinity. Now, what happens here is that the company says, we're not going to give you all these monies all together. We're going to split it, and we're going to be paying you in little bits. So the monies are there, but you're going to be getting paid in little bits. Now, the little bits is when 40 matches every single day. So this 7,000 naira is paid to us 40 times. When you multiply 7,000 naira by 40, that brings you to our daily income potential of 280,000 naira every day in daily income, right? Now, in summary, what happens is that your starter pack will give you 1 portfolio, 1 shop. It'll cost you 49,990. Daily income potential comes to 280,000 naira weekly, 1.9 monthly, 8.4 yearly, 108. 100 million naira, right? That's in yearly income potential. Now, even if you failed and you scored, say, 10 over 100, at a 10% success rate, you're looking at 10 million, but at a 1% success rate, you're looking at 1 million naira in additional income from a business you started with less than 50,000 naira. Now, the next on the list is the one that is the one that will cost you 149,970 to get started. This time around, instead of being given 1 shop, you're giving 3 individual shops that would each have the capacity to pay you 280,000 naira each, bringing the daily income potential up to 840,000 naira daily. Now, in summary, you're giving 3 shops, it'll cost you 149,970. Daily income potential comes to 840, weekly 5.8, monthly 23 million, and in a year, an additional 282 million naira for a business that you started with less than 150,000 naira. I want you to put it at par. If you're a business owner, if you're intending to start a business or whatever, put it side by side with the regular business that you do, right? But here you're partnering, and even at a 1% success rate, you're looking at an additional income of 2.8 million naira in a year for a business that you started with less than 150,000 naira. The next on the list is the one that costs you 249,950 to get started. Now, instead of being given 1 portfolio, you're going to be given 5 individual shops that would each have the capacity to pay you 280,000 naira, bringing the daily income potential up to 1.4 million naira. In summary, you're looking at 5 shops that would cost you 249,950. Daily income potential comes to 1.4, monthly 9.8, weekly 9.8, monthly 39.2. In a year, an additional 470 million naira in a year. Right? So even if you failed and you scored 10 over 100, you're looking at an extra 49 million at a 1% success rate. When you fail at a 1 over 100, will I call it failure or success rate, you're looking at an additional 4.7 million naira per year. Now, the next on the list is the one we call the Technoverse that will cost you 559,930 to get started. But for anybody that connects your business with this Technoverse, the company pays you 50,000 naira. So you connect 10 people, the company pays you 500,000 naira. Now, instead of 1 portfolio, you're going to be giving 7 individual portfolios that would each have the capacity to pay you 280,000 naira, bringing the daily income potential up to 1.9 million naira in a day, every single day. All right. Now, the great news is that you're not going to be starting the Technoverse at 559,930. There's an ongoing promo that allows you to get started at 259,990. So you're listening to me right now. It means that you can get this, and instead of 559, you get to save a whooping 299,940, and you get started at 259,990. All right. Next, so in summary, you're getting 7 shops. It will cost you 259,990. The daily income potential comes to 1.9, weekly 13.7, monthly 54 million. In a year, you're looking at an additional 658 million naira. If at a 10% success rate, you're looking at 65 million. At a 1% success rate, 1%, you're looking at an additional 6.5 million naira from a business that you started with less than 260,000 naira. Now, the next on the list is the Digiverse that will cost you 1.1 million to get started. For everyone that connects to your system with this Digiverse, the company pays you 100,000 naira. So if 10 people connect, you're looking at 1 million naira when 10 people connect to your business with the Digiverse. If it's 20, it is 100,000 times 20. If it's 100, it's 100,000 times 100. All right. Now, instead of being given one business portfolio, you're giving 15 individual business portfolios that each have the capacity to pay you to the tune of 4.2 million naira, bringing the daily income potential, right? They each have the capacity to pay you 280,000 naira, bringing the daily income potential up to 4.2 million naira. Now, the great news is that with the Digiverse, instead of getting started at 1.1, you get to save, because of the ongoing promo, you get to save a whooping 700,000 naira, almost 700,000 naira. Now you're getting started at 499,990. So in summary, you're getting 15 shops that would cost you less than 500,000 naira. Your daily income potential comes to 4.2 million, weekly 29.4, monthly 117 million, and in a year you enter the billion fold, right? Yearly you're looking at 1.4 billion naira at a 1%, at a 10% success rate. First and foremost, you're looking at 141 million naira, but at a 1% success rate, you'll be failing and getting at least 14 million naira in additional income per year from a business that you started with less than 500,000 naira. You're getting a profit of 14 million naira in additional income in a year. Now, the last but not the least, we call this the Megaverse Pack that would cost 2.4 million approximately. For anyone that connects to your business at this level, the company pays you 150,000 naira. Because if 10 people connect to your business at this level, you're looking at 1.5 million naira already, even before you're giving the shops. Now, instead of being given one shop, you're going to be giving 31 individual shops that would each have the capacity to pay you 280,000 naira, bringing the daily income potential up to 8.6 million naira every single day. When you look at the total, you're looking at 808.6 million naira. When you total that, the 31 account, you're looking at 8.6 million naira. Now, the great news is that instead of starting with the Megaverse at 2.4 million naira, there's an ongoing promo that also allows you to get started with the Megaverse at 999,990 and get to save a whooping sum of 1.4 million naira, almost 1.5 million naira. So in summary, you're giving 31 shops that will cost you less than 1 million naira, 999,990, and your daily income potential comes to 8.6 million naira every day. Weekly, we're looking at 60 million. Monthly, we're looking at 260 million. And in a year, you're looking at an annual income potential of 3.1 billion naira. At a 10% success rate, you're looking at 312 million. At a 1% success rate, when you fail woefully, you're looking at an additional 31 million naira in annual income. Now, I want us to do this quick exercise because that is what helped it helped me in particular. I told the thing is, so many people live in, if you take a look at the wealth circle, if you take a look at the wealth pyramid, rather, there are people who run a circle and they go from artificial comfort down to poverty and debt. You begin to owe people. You go back into debt, right? So there's that circle of artificial success or artificial comfort and debt, artificial comfort and debt. That's what happens. But when you break out, for you to be able to break out from that artificial comfort, you need to tell yourself the truth. When you're at the artificial comfort level, even you deceive yourself that everything is okay. But everything is not, because when you tell yourself the truth, take a look at how much you make in a year, multiply your annual income and take a look at this. And I want to put on the screen the 1% success rate, the 1% success rate of all the startup options that I have put to you this in this meeting. All right, I've given you at the lowest level where you get started with less than 50,000 naira, and then at the highest level where you get started with less than 1 million naira. And at a 1% success rate, at the minimum, you're looking at an additional 1 million naira into that bank account every year. Think about how much you make in a year. Think about how much you make in a month, multiplied by 12, and then compare it with what you have on the screen. An additional 1 million naira in a year. And at the maximum, an additional 31 million naira in a year. Now, listen and listen good. The times we're in now, if you do not prepare, remember that there is nothing like success. I mean, there's nothing like luck, right? There is when you're talking about success, there is nothing like luck. Luck doesn't exist here. It is when preparation meets an opportunity that luck. Somebody will say, "Oh, you're lucky." So by the time you begin to make, say, an additional 31 million naira every single year, somebody will say, "Oh, you're lucky." That's what they will say, not knowing that you were prepared for an opportunity and you took advantage of it and decided to take charge of your finances. I'm going to be telling you a few things shortly, but I'll proceed quickly to show you how we run the business. How do we run this business? Basically, what happens is that you're earning as you're learning. Think about the business that you're doing. Assuming you're a tailor, assuming you're a caterer, assuming you bake cakes, right? When you were learning the business, think about it. Were you making money? No, you were in school, you were learning, you were not making money. But here, while you are learning, you are earning. That's what happens. So in the process of learning, you're earning in little bits. Of course, but by the time you become a professional, you get paid even more, right? That's what happens here. Our simple strategy says buy, use or share, and then connect. So the buying is all on you. The using or the sharing is all up to you. You need to do the buying, you need to do the using or the sharing. Where we come in, where our responsibility with you starts, is when it comes to the connecting aspect. So how do we help you connect? How do we work with you to connect? We work with you to connect through our simple system. And the reason I'm saying simple is not because you're going to come in and fold your arms and sleep, but it's because when you give a 12-year-old the same opportunities, the same things that you have, a 12-year-old can run the system, run the business using our system. How do we run the business? How do we share our opportunity? You could share them using your social media, your phone, right? We're going to work with you to share the link. Somebody shared the link to you. You're listening to me right now. Somebody sent you a link or sent you a recording and you're listening to me right now. You can do the same thing. If you can do the same thing, you can do the business. That's basically how it is. We would work with you to do that professionally. You can also share the presentation videos with a friend, right? We have videos, we have recorded videos. You can share that with a friend. If you can as much as press the send button, you can do the business. We will teach you and work with you on how to do it professionally. We also invite on your behalf. We send an SMS that looks like this, and the SMS will communicate two things. The fact that we are going to reach out, the fact that you're recommending the person to us, and the fact that we are going to reach out to them so that they don't begin to worry, oh, who is calling my phone? I don't know this person, right? So when you tell them to expect our call, they will be expecting our call, and we'll call them and invite on your behalf, right? So if you can as much as expose your contacts to us, send an SMS like this, we will call them on your behalf to get them to see a meeting like this. We have home connection sessions. You can be in your home, I'm in my home, and you're listening to me. We could also even come to your home, depending on your location. We could come to your home, the same set of people who would come to your party, your birthday party, who would come to share chicken with you or something, or celebrate with you. Bring them to the home. We will talk to them. We would explain and show the business to them. If it makes sense to you, it has made sense to you so far, it would also make sense to them. We have several other ways, but for the sake of time, we're going to be moving forward to explain why successful people, and when I mean successful, I don't mean people who are already rich. I don't mean people who already have enough money. I mean those who are successful in their mind. You know it. You know that you are not, you deserve riches. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live out your dreams. You deserve to experience the life, basically. right? These are successful people. You know it in your mind that you want to be successful, and you're ready to do all it takes to be successful. It means you're already successful, because it's everything first and foremost starts in the mind. All right. So why successful people do this business? First of all, because of the fact that it pays daily. You don't have to wait to earn only 12 times in a year. You could choose to earn 50 times in a year. You could choose to earn 100 times in a year. And there are no targets. There are no monthly mandatory purchases. You don't have, nobody compels you to buy anything. There's no conditional earning where, oh, you have to, for you to make money here, you have to buy this first, or you have to sell this first. No, there's nothing, no conditional earnings. Your money comes to you as at when due. All right. It comes to you when it is due. You don't have to convince anybody. We do not encourage you to convince anybody. We will work with you and will to explain and give everybody enough information so that they can make an informed decision. Most people make decisions based on other people's chewed up opinion. Somebody has heard something, develops an opinion, and then you listen to that person's opinion and draw up a conclusion. No, we would make sure that we give you enough information to make your own informed decision, because the person who is giving you their opinion will not pay your bills. The person who's giving you their opinion will not pay your bills. All right. Unless the person pays your bills, their opinion should not be what you would use to judge whether to take this as an opportunity or not. You don't have to convince anybody. And then the one that is that I love so much is the fact that it's transferable to your children. So I understand right now that whatever I'm doing it not just for myself, but for my last name as well. My children can get to benefit from what I've done, the work that I've done. So I'm going to put it to you at this point in time that the only thing, I told you that the goal is 1 million naira minimum wage. So the only thing that's going to be standing between you and making 1 million naira monthly in the next 6 months is the choice that you're going to make right this moment. All right. Now, I wanted to just give us a few more information about our projects, right? We have several projects that are ongoing. We have the La Buena Vida project, we have the Alpha Woman project, the Winning Finance and Development, we have the Feed the Family project. The first three are where we make money, but the last two is where we give out, where we give back. We had the Feed the Family project where we fed first of all, we fed 100 families in 2018. In 2019, we fed 5,000 families. In 2020, we fed 56,000 families. With the We Care project in 2020 and 2021, we went into the hospitals and we paid bills and let people, we paid hospital bills across at least 10 states within Nigeria. We did all of that. So these are our projects, all right? And then a few milestones, just to let you know that we know exactly what we're doing. When we tell you we can work with you to ensure that your minimum wage becomes 1 million naira a month, we know exactly what we're doing. In the space of 7 years right now, we have garnered over 500 office spaces. We have businesses in over 200 countries. We have over 1 million people who are in the 100K club, right? We have 100K club members, people who earn at least 100,000 naira. We have over 500,000 1 million naira earners, and then we have over 100,000 people who earn less than 1 million naira. So between 200,000 to a million naira, we have over 500,000 of them, and then we have over 100,000 people who earn 1 million naira. And the target is to increase that number by an additional 50,000 by 2024. The question is, are you going to be a part of it? We have people who have bought homes because they partnered here, because they said yes to this opportunity that you are getting an opportunity to see, right? We have people who have bought several cars. We have people who are paying school fees, paying bills, helping people, and a whole lot of other milestones, all right? So I'm going to be sharing a few stories of transformation of people who said yes to this opportunity, who said yes to our system and our structure and what we're doing right now. And I'm going to rush through this, right? I'm just going to tell you the basic things that happened in their lives. So first and foremost, Paul Nushi was at a point where even as an architect, right? He was an engineer. He got to a point where he had to sell pepper to get by. And then right now he has helped several people become financially comfortable. That's a car he bought for himself in the course of doing his business. He's helped several people. Apart from the monies that he makes, he has also helped several people do well and make a lot of money in the business. This is Didi. Didi partnered with us when she was still a core member. She had just finished from the university and had done her youth service and had started working. right? And when she partnered with us, and guess what? Between then and now, this is 6 years, she was able to buy herself this car. She has raised hundreds of thousands of people who are financially comfortable, who are doing very well. She has raised several monthly millionaires, several people who do at least 500,000 naira a month in the organization. And this is all because she said yes. So because she said yes, so many other people's lives have been changed. Some of you, your destinies are, other people's destinies are tied to you saying yes. So because she said yes, other people have been able to benefit from that. Same thing with Vivian. She came into Abuja to try to get a job. Along the line, it wasn't happening as planned. She started selling smoothies at a place where at the Jabi Lake Mall, Jabi Lake, where the people go for sports and all of that, right? She started doing that. And by the time she said yes to this opportunity, she began to help other people. Because she said yes, other people's destinies who are tied to her began to see an opportunity, and she has helped several other people do fantastic in the business. Several millionaires have come through her business, because she said yes. Same thing happened to Chinonye. Chinonye was at the point where even 3,500 was an issue. But today, not only is she inspiring people around, she's inspiring her family. That's what happens when you step into your true identity. You become a role model for even your children. The day she bought that car for herself, her daughter asked her if it was their father that bought the car for her. She said no, she bought it all by herself, from her sweat, from her work, from her hard work. And it's because she said yes to this opportunity, several other people have been able to benefit from her guidance and from her mentorship. This all is her husband there. Remember, when you make money together, the love always is sweeter. So that's the picture there. He himself bought himself a Maserati, has raised several people who are doing fantastic in the business. This is Samuel, same thing. He handles the Warri office. He started at the place where he was a laborer in Abuja. He partnered here as a secretary, was making calls for one of the partners, and today he has his own massive business. He's making millions of naira, has helped several other people become millionaires and become financially comfortable. This is Imelda. She was selling vegetables, green vegetables. The time she saw this business, she had to take a loan from the Ugu Sellers Association in order to get enough money to partner here. Today, the Ugu graduate, she was a graduate when this happened, right? But the Ugu seller who was a graduate today has helped several other people become financially comfortable. She bought that car for herself. As you can see the learner sign there, that was the very first car she ever touched or ever drove, right? But that was what she used to learn. It was a Mercedes that she used to learn. So I'm going to, there's so many stories. We begin to dwell on the stories. We're not going to end here. We can send you more stories. You're going to get to see more stories if you want to see more stories. But I'm going to be putting it to you again right this moment that the only thing that's going to be standing between you and making an additional 1 million naira every single month is in the choice, it's the decision, the choice that you're going to be making today. You're going to be wondering, okay, I have seen this kind of thing before. I know this. I've done this before. I know people who have done this before and all of that. You're going to be wondering what makes it different. What makes this system different from what you are already, what you know, what you're already used to, all right? What makes it more effective? And the secret, what makes us more effective and what makes us different is in our mentorship. The mentorship is our secret code. The mentorship is our secret code, right? Because so many people fail in businesses, in poultry farming, whatever, because there are no mentors. Somebody that has walked the path. Who is a mentor? A mentor is somebody that has walked the path, that knows where there are potholes, knows where there's a roadblock, knows where there's going to be an issue. And then the mentor would help you avoid that issue, avoid that roadblock. And a mentor helps to shorten the time. Assuming it would have taken you 10 years to build a massive business here with mentorship, it can take you 2 years, it can take you 3 years because you have proper mentorship. And that is what makes us very successful. That's why every single day we continue to produce people who become financially comfortable, people who are making 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, a millionaire every single month, 10 million, 20 million every single month. We have several people like that. And our secret code, like I said, is in the mentorship. And right this moment, this mentorship offer is available to you. With the mentorship, not only would you be getting an unfair advantage over others, because several other people between now and December, there's going to be an influx, not just December, There's between now and even next year, right? There's going to be an influx of partners. Guess why? Guess why? Right? Because as it is, the dollar has been increasing. There has been so many things, the election, so many things are factors that are put, that has pushed people. There's a rumor that rice is going to be double the number, rice might get to 100,000 naira. So there's going to be another, in quote, pandemic. And what is that pandemic going to be? The food drive pandemic. It's going to be people looking for more food, people looking for fuel. They said the cost of fuel is going to increase as well in this period. So there's going to be a lot of people looking for solutions, but you listening to me right now can be a solution provider. Remember what I started with at the beginning. I said at the beginning that it is those who are ready to provide solutions that make money. Solution providers become millionaires. You find a problem, you solve that problem, you become a millionaire. So you positioning yourself right now, getting started, first and foremost, two things are happening. You're securing for yourself an opportunity for you to have money when people are looking for money. When it looks as if your usual source of income is spoiled, the flooding and everything has affected where rice is being stored, and it's a whole lot of problem in Nigeria as I speak to you right now. If you're listening to me from Nigeria, that is what's going on in Nigeria. So there are a lot of people who are going to be looking for solutions. They're going to be looking for where to make more money, because you are going to need more money to buy the food, because people have to eat. Food will have to. There is one thing that never goes out of the market, and that is food. So people will have to eat, right? So there will be need to make more money so that you can afford to buy the food. So you're positioning yourself right now, you're getting started right now, you're getting ready to provide solutions for those who are going to be in need of this, because whether you start now or later, you're going to be stuck with two options. Two fears, two things. It's either you're going to be stuck with the fear or the pain, two pains rather. The pain of regret or the pain of what? I'm going to leave that to the to the end of this meeting. All right. So not only are you going to be getting an unfair advantage over others, because you starting now, there are so many people that are going to be coming on board. You could start now, and guess what? You could be supported with those who are coming on board. That's what's going to be happening. So with this mentorship, basically, we have three categories actually of the mentorship that are available to you right this moment. The first category is when you work with an emerging leader, right? Working with an emerging leader, you get to hit the 1 million naira monthly mark within 18 months. Now, the next option is when you work with a global leader. When you're working with a global leader, you get to hit the 1 million naira mark within 12 months. Okay. Now, if you were to make a choice between working with an emerging leader or working with a global leader, which one would it be? I'm sure definitely that it's going to be working with a global leader, because you get to hit your target, you get to hit the 1 million naira mark in 12 months, right? Now, the next on the list, which is what I am talking about right now, which is what is on the table right this moment, which is what's going to be available for the duration of this meeting, right, is when you work with the mastermind. So working with the mastermind, you get to hit the 1 million naira mark within 6 months. That's what we've been talking about, getting to hit 1 million naira in 6 months. So the mastermind mentorship right now, I'm sure, is the one that you prefer, because you would want to hit that mark 6 months before earlier than you would have hit that mark if you're working with a global leader, right? So the mastermind offer is what is open right now. And if we were to put into monetary terms, what the total value that is embedded in the mastermind offer, from the fact that you're getting mentorship, from the fact that you're going to be coached, from the fact that you're going to be taught and told what to do, trainings, these mentorship sessions, these coaching sessions, people sell them online. I'm sure if you go on Facebook and type coaching sessions, you're going to see people sell coaching sessions, sell trainings and all of that, but you're going to be getting that in this mastermind offer. There is also the fact that you could get to buy your own car at the end of the day, the travel program, and so many other things that are embedded in the mastermind offer. When you take a look at it, guess what? You're looking at nothing less than 2.5 million naira. Everything that is embedded in this mastermind offer. But guess what? You are not going to be spending 2.5 million naira. You're not going to be paying for the coaching sessions. You're not going to be paying for all of that. All that is going to be required right this moment is for you to choose the preferred plan carefully. Let's take a look at them quickly. We had the starter pack that will cost 49,990 and it pays out 280,000 naira daily. The gold pack that would cost 149,970 and pays out 840 daily, right? Then the Technoverse pack that the platinum pack that will cost $249,950 that has the daily income potential of 1.4. Technoverse that is on a promo and has a daily income potential of 1.9 million. But the Digiverse has a daily income potential of 4.2 and will cost you less than 500,000 naira. And then the last but not the least on the table this evening is the Megaverse that will cost you less than 1 million naira, but has a daily income potential of 8.6 million naira. So what you're going to be doing to grab the mastermind offer, you're going to be asking me how am I going to grab the offer, is you're going to take one of these options. One of the options is going to be posted in the chat box so you can have access to it. As I move on to the next slide, you choose your preferred plan, pick one, and then you make the transfers into the bank account that is also going to be shared on the screen. You make the transfers quickly into the bank account that is also going to be shared on the screen. All right. Somebody's going to share that in the chat box. I'm trying to share it as well so we can have access to it on the screen. If it's in the chat box, see that, but I want to share it on the screen as well so that you can have access to it. Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to share that so we can have access to it as well. All right. Now, as soon as you see that, let me know. So you take advantage of it. Take advantage of the mastermind slots, the mastermind offer that is available to you. As soon as you see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. As soon as you see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. So I know that you can see my screen. Okay, so the details have been posted in the chat box. You can go into the chat box and have access to it. The details have been posted there. All right. The details have been posted in the chat box. Now, these are the account details as well. Okay, so you choose your preferred plan. I'm going to circle this particular one. If the pay to the Access Bank, Zenith Bank is usually, Access Bank is usually easier to process. If you have the Zenith Bank, you prefer to pay to Zenith Bank, fantastic, but pay to the Access Bank account. The details are posted in the chat box. This is it, all right? This is it right here, okay? So once you've made your payment, you've secured for yourself the mastermind offer, and for you to, it's usually for the duration of this meeting. The minute you see it, you need to quickly get back to whoever sent you the video, or sent you this link, so that you can secure your mastermind offer. The clock is ticking, so that you can secure for yourself the mastermind offer as the clock ticks, because it is not available for everybody. The masterminds cannot work with every single person at the same time. So when you grab the mastermind offer, then the earlier you grab it, remember that there's an unfair advantage that puts you in front of the line, So somebody gets started today, you get started today, you get the mastermind offer, somebody else gets started tomorrow, that person can be used to support you. That's the benefit of grabbing the mastermind slot. So you go ahead and grab that immediately. All right, go ahead and grab